Hi guys, it's the Fly Natural here, and I'm back with another video. This video is kind of different from any video that I've done on my channel so far. It's going to be a story time video. Now, as most of you guys know, I am a new hire flight attendant, which means I'm on reserve. Yay! I will have a separate video about life on reserve because I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about that. So I will have a whole nother video set aside for that. But this one is the story time video, and this is my first time for a passenger giving me his phone number. Yeah, that was pretty funny. And it was the guy was really slick, I should say. The way that he went about the whole thing, to me, was kind of slick, you know? So I'll just jump right into that. So we were doing a Detroit to JFK turn. And this time we were heading from Detroit to JFK. And we were loading, you know, as usual. And I was the B flight attendant, so I was in the back. And he sat in the very last row. Just to the left side of me. And he came in and he was looking for a seat, and I was standing in the back, and he just like was all bright-eyed when he seen me when he was getting on the plane. And he was like, "Oh, so today's my lucky day. I get to sit in the back with a lovely lady." And at that time, it was just me and him in the back. A lot of the passengers were loading up front. I'm still kind of confused as to how he got to load on first, because they usually load it in zones, and his zone was not supposed to be on first, but that's neither here nor there. So, you know, I smiled and kept everything polite. And, you know, just had a little giggle. And then he was like, "Hi, can I get behind you? I need to go to the bathroom." So I let him go to the bathroom. And while I was in the bathroom, the other passengers continued to load. And the guy who was supposed to sit in the seat next to him, you know, came back there. And so he was coming out of the bathroom at the same time the other guy was trying to get into the seat. And it was kind of awkward because I had to do this whole dance thing to get around everybody, so that way they can all get situated. And the guy, he thought that he was going to sit in the aisle seat so that he can be next to me, when his seat really wasn't the aisle, it was the window. So he tried to convince the other guy to switch the seat with him, but that was a no-go because he had a fear of the window, so he didn't let the guy get the seat, so he was sitting there. So fast forward, throughout the entire flight, I was busy. I did my beverage service. You know, I collected my trash and everything. I was just running up and down the aisle. And I really wasn't in his face, but you can tell that he was looking at me. I could feel his eyes just like burning on the side of my face. And not to toot my own horn, but, you know, if I have had guys talk to me and peep me and, you know, check me out. So I know when a guy is interested. But at this point in time, I am in my uniform. I have a man. I am working. You looking at me is the last thing on my mind. Not to sound stuck up, but it's a time and a place for everything. This is not the time, the place, or the environment. So I really wasn't paying attention to it, even though I was fully aware. So I come back and I collect his trash from him, and he throws his garbage into the bag, and he just like looks me deep in my eyes and goes, "Thank you." And he did a little LL Cool J lip lick bite thing, and I was just like, "Okay." All right, you go in there. Okay. So the flight's about to land, you know, we're going into sterile. So I come back, I collect trash again, and then my other flight attendant, she comes, collects the bag for me. I pull out my jump seat, and then he notices that I have a pen, because I always keep a pen. As a flight attendant, you gotta keep your pens. So I had a pen in my pocket. He noticed that I had the pen in my pocket, and he was like, "Hey, can I see your pen real quick?" And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I let him see my pen, and then I strapped into my jump seat, and then I sat down. So we land. The other flight attendant does the after landing announcement, and he was trying to get my attention then, but I couldn't really hear over the fact that she was doing the announcement. So I really didn't get a chance to see, or didn't get a chance to hear him trying to get my attention. So then after she finished her announcement, he, says, "Excuse me." The other guy next to him is still kind of like asleep at this moment. So he reaches over him to give me my pen back. And when he gives me my pen back, I noticed that he had the napkin tucked inside of the holder of my pen. And then I just kind of said, "Thank you, okay," and put it back in my pocket. So as the passenger starts to deplane, he kind of stands back and he goes, "You're Terry, right?" And I'm like, "Yes, my name's Terry." And then he introduces himself. "Hi, my name is such and such." We're not going to get into names, so I want to put him out there more than he already is. And he goes, "Hi, my name is such and such. I really didn't get enough time to talk to you during the flight, but I really think you're really beautiful. So I gave you my number just so that you can talk to me and to let me know anytime you decide to come back to New York. So that way I can show you around and I can be your tour guide." I didn't have a chance to say anything. Before I knew it, he said what he had to say and he left. He was gone. And that's kind of a trick that you don't have a choice to say anything. You just have to accept it. So he was gone. He left. And I'm sitting there laughing because I think it was kind of funny and kind of cute and kind of ballsy. It was really ballsy because you don't know anything about me. You don't know if I would have took it the wrong way. You don't know if I would have got mad, upset, angry, anything. You just went with it and you left. So he gave me his number. Bottom line, I really didn't end up contacting him because I am in a relationship and that would be disrespectful. But the way that he went about it was really slick and it was kind of funny too. It was really kind of funny. But I feel like with that being my first time, me having that happen to me in a flight attendant setting, I felt like I handled the situation really well. But I later on talked to my other flight attendant who I was flying with that day, and she says that's not uncommon for things like that to happen. So apparently I have to brace myself for more things like that to happen in the future. And hopefully next time I won't be as shocked, because when it happened, my face was just like, is this happening right now? Like, what's going on? Like, I was kind of in shock. I kind of really have that anyway when people try to talk to me. Like, it kind of like the game, quote unquote, that people try to run, it kind of just like throws me off. But I think that was kind of funny. So that was my experience with a passenger giving me his number. So if you guys want any more story times like this regarding my flight attendant experiences, just leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to crank them out for you, because believe me, I'm going to have plenty more stories to come. So that's it for this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.